Hello. All right, let's see how that's working. Just going to hang out for a minute, see if anybody's going to pop on. It is, 10:30 on the East Coast, but I know there's people from all over the world and all over the United States on here, so it's the perfect time for whoever's meant to join us tonight. Hello. Hi, Dan. Hi, Paula. Yeah. Oh, yes, Paula. So I plan on doing probably quite a lot more lives. I've been guided to do more lives on this and on other platforms for a little while now. And so it's really funny. I think I used to do them quite often when I was growing my channel that I had with my friend Kayla. And then I kind of fell out of it. And it's interesting. We're gonna be talking about some stuff tonight. I'm gonna be sharing some personal stuff about my own journey. I'm not sure how these lives are gonna work or what they're gonna look like, but I am wanting to do more, and I'm really wanting this as an opportunity for us all to really connect with each other. Because I was thinking about it today and sort of my resistance around going live, and I think that there's still a little bit of fear there because it's a little bit more vulnerable. And so it's about me stepping out of my comfort zone too and being like, why am I afraid to be vulnerable? Like, I consider everyone that watches my channel, I consider you guys to basically be my family. Like, I love you and I appreciate you so very much. And I really love the opportunity to connect with you more. And so more than anything else, these lives are going to be about us being able to connect with each other and just have conversations. And yeah, I may end up pulling some cards if the energy's going that way. We're just going to have some fun with it and play around. And they're probably going to be really random. But I was just really feeling the energy tonight. And I decided to take that leap and connect. I've been really working on what can I personally do to really follow the guidance that comes through that I give to other people, right? It's my friend Glenn that I mention a lot. I always shout him out. I love him so very, very much. He's a dear friend and a mentor of mine. He always says we teach that which we most need to learn, right? And so I'm like, okay, maybe it's time to really become the student as well and to put a lot of that stuff into practice. And so you're going to see me doing a lot more of that. Hello. Oh, look, everybody's popping on now. Hello, Genova. Hello, Jason. Hello, Matt. Hello, Kelly. Oh, this is fantastic. I'm so excited to be here with you guys, just connecting in with this energy. And yeah, it always feels really good. Isn't that one of those funny things? It's like the things that make us feel the best sometimes we're so resistant to in the beginning. Like, it's almost like we have to force ourselves into it. And then once we get into it and we get going, we realize how, like, we're so grateful that we gave ourselves that little push. And so that's the energy that I'm in right now, is like, where can I give myself that little push, that little nudge? I just got back from a nighttime walk. So I've been adding walking, an hour of walking a day into my schedule. And that usually is at nighttime. And I really enjoy walking at night. It's a really great energy. And it's been making me feel really good. And it started out, funnily enough, as like a fitness thing, because I work for myself now. And I'm very grateful for that, but it's a much more sedentary lifestyle than I'm used to. And so I'm really needing that just from a health and a fitness standpoint, but I'm realizing all the spiritual benefits of it too. Like, I feel so amazing when I'm able to just get out in the world a little more and just have that opportunity it's like a meditation in and of itself. And so I'm feeling really good after that. I'm getting ready to do a nightly healing and a meditation. I'm really, committing to doing nightly meditations or daily meditations, even if it's like 5-10 minutes a day, because I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not the best with meditation. I do it sporadically when I feel like doing it, typically with the goal of connecting with other beings, with my guides, with stuff like that. But just really taking that time more consistently to practice that art of meditation and just being still. So that's another goal that I'm setting in motion here. And so I want to invite everyone who's on here tonight to just set some little goals for yourself. What is something that you want to incorporate into your spiritual practice or into your routine that will benefit you spiritually? And that can be self-care as well. Self-care absolutely benefits us spiritually. So anything that makes you feel good, anything that gets you in like a positive frame of mind, in that positive vibration. Chattanooga. Ooh, where is Chattanooga? I can't remember. I'm not remembering right now. It's a great name though. I love it. Oh, wow. That's exciting, Genova. Yay. Yes. Like a physical move. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my partner built this one for me very recently and installed it up on the wall because I'm running out of shelving room here for all of my cards. And so that's a great experience, a great excuse to buy more cards, but I'm holding off a little bit. I'm pacing myself with it. I told myself after my birthday, I'm a Taurus sun, so that's coming up near the end of May there, middle of May. Hello, Joe. Alan Watts preferred to meditate while walking. Good thinking. Yes, absolutely. A walking is an incredible meditation, and it really can put you in that mind state. I like to listen to music a lot when I walk, but sometimes it's nice to shut it off for a little bit as well. But even with the music, it's a great meditation. Alan Watts is amazing. I have difficulty listening to him sometimes because the tone of his voice, it doesn't fully engage me, but I wish that I could, honestly, because there's a lot of really great insight that he shares. I know people that are really big fans of his, and I think that there's a lot to be learned and gained from his teachings. And it's actually really funny because Alan Watts has a channel on YouTube that's called Cosmic Consciousness with Alan Watts. So it's really funny that I called my channel that. After I named it, I looked it up and I saw that and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Oh yeah, you can meditate while you're doing anything that allows your brain to sort of disengage. Like it's sort of like if you're focused on some sort of task, anything active can be a meditation. If it allows your brain, it sort of like gives your brain that focus on something, so it's not chattering as much, and then it somehow you end up in that beautiful meditative state. I used to get a lot of information that would come in and downloads that would come in while I was doing my hair, just because I was so focused and I wasn't really thinking very much. And I always thought that was kind of funny. So yes, absolutely anything. When you do it mindfully, right? Mindfulness is a meditation, being present. Anything that you can do also where you're fully present. Which I guess is kind of the opposite of the distracted mental mind. But either way, right? Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, are you excited, Genova? That sounds exciting. Physical moves are always, those are big steps. Those are big steps. Big changes coming. We're coming up into eclipse season, you guys. That video, I'll be doing a video on that shortly. It's going to be a really profound eclipse season that we're coming into this year. Between the Gemini Sagittarius axis, the eclipses, we're having 3 on that, and then that Taurus eclipse with that Taurus Scorpio axis, which we've already had kind of activated during that full moon. Lots of work with belief systems, a lot of work around that, and the subconscious, and bringing that merging the light and the darkness, right? For lack of a better, I hate saying darkness, right? It's kind of, but you guys know what I mean, right? The conscious and the unconscious, the parts of ourselves that we've recognized, and those parts that we have yet to recognize and embrace. Yes, beautiful intentions, Kelly. Beautiful intentions. And this is really great to do too, as we're moving into eclipse season also, is to set these intentions for what we want to do. And this is like a daily practice. So I like to try to keep it simple. That's why like my meditation goal is 5 to 10 minutes. I have my friend Tommy is doing a 21-day Raise Your Vibration challenge with Aaron Dowdy. And so I'm sort of following along with what he's doing. And it's been a great checklist for me. Like, oh, are you paying attention to that? Oh, are you doing that? So it's just one of those things where, yeah, I just figured, why not? And so that was, and I hear that you hear that recommendation all the time, right? It doesn't have to be a huge ordeal. It can just be 5 to 10 minutes. And so it was the same thing. It's like a mentality, right? It was the same thing with the live tonight. Another reason that I haven't done many lives is because I think that it has to be this huge ordeal when I do it, and it has to go on for hours, and I have to make sure that I'm, like entertaining you guys enough and all of that. And finally I was like, I'm just going to get on pretty much in my PJs and just say hello to everyone and see what happens. Like nothing, anytime we make something into a bigger deal than it needs to be, it pretty much guarantees that we may not follow through with it, right? Because then it's like there's the pressure around it. And so just simplifying everything as much as possible, making it just simple tasks that feel doable. Yeah. Let's see, what else are we saying here? Daily grounding, water blessing prayer. Yes, I have gotten into a habit of blessing my food every time I eat. And it's just these simple little things, right? I do some Reiki symbols in there. I infuse them with that Reiki energy. I set that intention that everything that I consume is for my best and highest good. And I sort of radiate that intention into my food before I eat it. And yes, water as well. Absolutely. One of the best things that I did recently was to get a water pitcher that really filters the water well, because there are so many contaminants that we take in through our water. And really that art of blessing the water is really profound, because when you think about it, I listened to a podcast on this once, and it was really interesting. The fact that, as most of us know, our body is made primarily of water. And there are all these experiments that they've done. And of course, everyone will already kind of know this, right? Just intuitively, just that when water is prayed over or an intention is placed into water, you can actually see the crystals of the water changing and taking on that vibration. And so you think about the fact that our bodies are mostly water, and how susceptible our vibration is to the thoughts, to our emotions, to all of that energy. And so really being cognizant of that and paying attention to that. And so we can really utilize that with the water we drink and we take in as well, putting those blessings, setting those intentions in the water. And that's a reason why sacred geometry can be so powerful when you wear it, is because it's altering the crystals of water in your body to match that vibration. That's why my next tattoos are going to be sacred geometry tattoos. I actually don't have any yet, which is kind of funny. But because I figured, if you're going to wear something, why not wear it permanently? And then you're always bringing that energy in. All right, let's see. Yeah. The tone of voice. Yeah, it's a bit universal. It's very difficult for me. It's not I have difficulty paying attention sometimes. I don't know what it is. It's not, the traditional labels would be like, oh, that's ADD, or it's not any of those things. It's just my brain wanders, and I need a little bit more engagement than that. So yeah, I have difficulty sometimes listening to those different recordings and talks and stuff like that. Let's see. Let life flow. Yes. Yes, exactly. Jumping into the unknown. That's what it's all about right now. That is what it's all about. Hi, Nora. Hello, beautiful. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Oh, I was trying to see. Okay, no, it is still backwards. It's just upside down. I was wondering, I forgot whether the lettering was spelled backwards on the t-shirt or just flipped upside down. And I was thinking maybe you could read it just normally, because I think the camera inverts everything. But yeah. Oh, well, thank you. Yes, water does. Water is a living organism, just like everything, really. Oh boy. All right. Anybody else have any intentions? Any intentions? It's really, I think, right now just so important to be factoring in those little daily practices and really getting centered in those. So really for me, it's getting outside. It's that little bit of meditation, at least that little bit of meditation every day, the walking, getting the body moving, right? We talk about how profound it is and how much energy can be shifted when we get moving. And so that absolutely, I'm trying to think what else. Self-healings. I've been doing self-healings. I've slipped away from that a little bit. So I'm definitely going to be doing one before I go to bed at night, tonight, which is absolutely beautiful. Intention to calm down from a pretty active last few weeks. Yes, take that rest when you need it. It's all about finding that balance. That is so key. And so, yeah. And we talk about that even with everything, right? That when we take that, those rest periods are so important because that's also our time of integration, right? And so, like, we need to allow ourselves that. And that's something that I've learned. I've been taught over and over again. 2020 taught me that a lot about the balance and the pacing and the really giving myself time to rest and the fact that it's okay to rest. And we don't have to do everything right now. Everything happens when we are synchronized with our own inner sense of divine timing. Everything flows and happens just the way that it's meant to. Oh yeah, absolutely. The grounding, regrounding every day. Yeah. Yeah. For me, it's clearing. I have to be clearing my energy regularly throughout the day because I've noticed, I think I talked about it a little bit, the way that I felt like I was picking up on collective energies. And a lot of times, for a long time, I've been confusing them with my own energy and not really knowing the difference. So really learning the difference in the energy and really knowing my energy and knowing what's not my energy. And I think that that's really, really important. And I've been thinking about putting something together, some sort of course or something that really helps people to get anchored and centered into their own energy. Because it's been the most important thing for me, and I'm still learning, right? I'm still learning how to do that and how to constantly bring it back to that. Allow your intuition to flow through. Yes, during this moon, the moon is in Aquarius right now. She has changed signs tonight. Yes, allowing that intuition to flow. Beautiful. How do I clear my energy? Well, something new that I just recently learned that I shared in one of my videos the other day, Kelly, was just to, and it was actually I gave my friend Nikki Lamancusa, who also has a YouTube channel, Majestic Unicorn Healing. She's amazing. She shines so brightly. She shared a meditation that she downloaded from Jesus, and it's actually, you just hold up your hands and then you imagine that white light just streaming down through your being, just constant stream of that white light coming through and cleansing you. And it's really interesting because I've done that cleansing meditation just without the hands. And something about holding up the hands, really, you feel the energy moving through much more powerfully. So that's a super short and efficient way that I found to cleanse my energy. Sometimes I just ask my guides too, intention is your most powerful tool. So I just ask my guides, please clear my energy field. And I do like a little snap like this above my head and just imagine that everything's falling away. But sometimes those visualizations really help. And really, I wanted to say like give a deeper clean, whatever that means. But yeah, they can definitely be helpful. But I had to simplify it a little bit because if it takes too long and it's too extensive of a thing, like bringing the light down through each one of the chakras, going out all the layers of the aura, that's really powerful and it's really helpful. But if it takes too long, I'm not going to do it consistently enough. And so I've had to just pay attention to these more simple ways of clearing the energy. And then, of course, as I said, now at night, I've been doing I'm getting back into now doing the nightly Belvaspata healings as well, and just letting the angels come in and clean up whatever else needs to be cleaned up. But those simple techniques are really helpful just for a nice quick clearing there. And also, oh, I definitely will. It's going to be a while. It's something as far as the mastering your energy course goes, it's something that I've just been kicking around and thinking about, and you will definitely know when it comes into fruition. I think I'm saying it right now on this live so that there's like some accountability there. So it's not just something floating around in the ethers of my mind, but it's something that now I feel a little bit more like I'm probably going to do something about it. So it's like that accountability piece right there. Yeah, absolutely. Medicine songs. Oh, beautiful. Ooh, song circle. I love that. Sound is so healing. Oh, yes. Sound and music is so incredibly healing. That's another great way to clear your energy, is through music, through sound, and also through going out in nature. Going out in nature is a really great way. Sometimes I'll just go and I'll sit. There's a tree out by my office, my external office, that I like to sit with sometimes when I'm there in between clients and things like that. And it's just, the roots make this perfect little seat, and it's these two trees together, and I just sit there and I share energy with them. And it's so beautiful. So that's grounding and clearing at the same time. So you'll figure out what works for you and what resonates with you more. Esoteric enema. Oh, that's funny. Oh. Yes, exactly. All in divine timing. It's all about that perfect divine timing. It will come together exactly when it's meant to. Oh, I'm so glad that there are so many people joining today. This is beautiful. Hello. Hello and welcome. What is that? Does that say flee? Welcome. We're just kind of shooting the breeze right now, kind of talking about whatever's coming up. We are setting different intentions of different spiritual practices, different little things that we want to add into our spiritual routines in order to just feel more connected, feel more centered, feel more grounded and present. Being present, that's another thing that I've been practicing, is the art of being present in the moment. And it's really fascinating when you start working on being more present, because you notice, hello, Isha, hello. You start to notice all the different places that your brain wants to take you. It's like you're in this moment and you're so content. And yet when you just allow yourself to be there, the mind wants to take you back into the past, or the mind wants to bring you into the future. And it's always trying to tug you somewhere else. And the irony of that is that at some point, right, you'll be in another moment trying to be present in the now, and your mind will be trying to bring you back to that moment. But you never even experienced that moment fully because your mind was already somewhere else. And so it made me kind of giggle. And I was like, all right, no, I'm going to stop. We're going to soothe all of that, quiet all of that down, and just really be present and not allow the mind to take us where it's trying to go right now. Like, this moment is beautiful. This moment is enough. Hello, Tommy, popping on. I was just talking about you. Oh, I'm so grateful that you're here. So yeah, we're just, like I said, just kind of talking right now, setting intentions of the little things that we're wanting to incorporate into our routines, just discussing whatever's coming up right now. My friend Tommy, who just popped on, has the most amazing routine going already. He does breath work every single night. It's really inspiring just to see his dedication. He also meditates like every day. A really great example to follow there. Yes, it is. And I think, I'm not well versed, but I think that is one of the keys in martial arts, right? Is to really balance into the present moment, to be fully present. And that's where you kind of that's how you kind of anchor into everything. So when you're learning that, it's like you're learning meditation at the same time. It is a movement meditation in and of itself. Yes, of course you are. I heard you actually. Tommy's actually my roommate, and so I heard him doing the breath work. Right on time as always. Oh my gosh. All right. So I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Are you guys thinking we maybe want to pull a couple cards here? I feel like it never hurts to pull a couple cards. So we're gonna pull. Let's see what the Archangel cards have to say for us. Clear. I can't resist. I can't help myself. At some point, they're coming out to play. This has been really fun, though, just connecting with each other. Safe to walk at night. Our faith protect. So that's actually interesting that you brought that up, Kelly, because that came up for me tonight, that whole safety thing. I'm really well. Thank you. Thank you, Anzug. That came up for me tonight. I was walking, and there was this little pathway that sort of led down to an area that I had never noticed before. And I really wanted to explore it. And there was that part of me where that fear kind of kicked in. And it was like, I don't know, it is getting kind of funky out here these days. Like, you are wandering around by yourself at night. Like, maybe you shouldn't go down there. And I was just like, I very firmly believe that my vibration attracts my experiences, and that I am absolutely protected. And so, like, that being said, I don't take crazy unnecessary risks and put myself in harm's way. Absolutely not. Like, there is some common sense involved in that. I'm not going to go to a very known dangerous area and just walk around. Like, I'm probably not going to do that. But so I'm not, I want to be careful with how I'm saying this, because I don't want to take anybody to take this as me encouraging them to put themselves in a dangerous situation. But I also do very strongly believe that it's the experiences that I'm attracting. And so energetically, I do generally feel safe most of the time. And yeah, it is interesting. Sort of the immediate area that I live in can get a little sketchy during the daytime even, but definitely at night. But it's not really, I wouldn't call it dangerous, And so it is a lot about, I do have that faith and that trust. And also that trust in my intuition. Like, my soul was kind of guiding me, like, go check this out. This is going to be a cool little spot. And it is a cool little spot, and it has a great view of the water. And so I'm really glad that I went down there, and I did want to explore a little more, and I may do that. I'm trying to break myself into it right now. I haven't been very active in quite a while. And I mean, in the wintertime here in New England, like, I don't really go outside at all. I have a very extreme reaction to the cold and the elements. And so I just prefer to stay inside. So it's been a little while. So I'm trying, like, I had already gone quite a ways in my walk. So I ended up turning back, but there was more area to explore that I found. And the bit that I did explore was really fun. I am very well. Courage and trust to face the uncertainties ahead. Absolutely. Absolutely. And so what can you put in place to help to increase that faith and increase that trust? The Jesus hands. Hi, Ty. I love that. I'm gonna let Nikki know that that they're now called the Jesus hands. She's gonna love that. Yeah. Do I have Instagram? I do have Instagram. So my Instagram name is The Spiritual Alchemist 333. And that's with the little, whatever you call those, the bars on the lines on the bottom. I'm having trouble with my whatever that symbol is called. Yeah, it's my all my other social media are listed. If you go to the description box in my videos and you scroll down to the bottom, I have I have a TikTok and Instagram as well that I'm on. So what guidance do we have for those who are watching this video right now and those who will be viewing the replay. See, this is sort of like the trick, right? Like who's sticking in? Who's sticking in until the end where we pull some cards? Underscore, yes, that's what it's called, with an underscore in between the words. And so I do some readings on Instagram as well as TikTok. Those TikTok readings are tricky because they're 60 seconds. So that's definitely helped me to become more concise. Instagram, they'll let you do up to 15 minutes now, which is pretty cool. And so the first card that we got out was Archangel Gabriel. Shimmer with diamond light, express your creativity. So you guys we're all being guided, right? Because these readings, each and every single one of them is as much for me as it is for everybody else. Honestly, sometimes I think you guys see me laugh and I don't always even point it out, but I know when readings are meant for me. They're always, but sometimes they're really meant for me too. And it's really funny. So we are all being guided to really express our creativity. And I love how it says shimmer with diamond light, right? And so that diamond with all of the facets, right? This is all of the facets, all of the possibilities of you. Shine with all those beautiful possibilities of you. We talk about the diamond consciousness, right? And it was actually really interesting. During a meditation once, I actually contacted the diamond consciousness. They didn't call themselves a consciousness. They called themselves the diamond people. But I did some research afterwards because it was really fascinating. Just the different things that they shared after I was done. I journaled a little bit, and some really interesting stuff came out. And like what I learned was that different rays of light have a consciousness. And so this consciousness that I had connected with was the diamond people. The way that I perceived their message, I felt was that diamond consciousness. And so it was just this understanding of like seeing from every single possibility that exists all at once. And so when we anchor into or we tap into the diamond consciousness, we're able to see from all of those different facets. And that is how ultimate truth is perceived, right? Because truth is sort of relative to the observer, right? Because it's so much about perception, and every truth is valid because every truth creates a reality. Right. And so all of our different truths combine to create this massive, this multiverse, this collective reality. And so it's ultimate truth being viewed when you can see from all of those different facets of the diamond. But it's also this idea that we are all like a diamond and we all have many different faces, many different facets. Right. And so it's when we are able to operate from all of those different facets of who we are. Yeah, so I like that. I'm actually going to read too. Let's see what this has to say. This is a new card. I haven't received this card yet. It's still a relatively new deck, and I love it more and more the more that I work with it. And so Archangel Gabriel is shimmering white, representing purity, clarity, joy, and creativity. His diamond-lit etheric retreat is above Mount Shasta, California. And from there, he oversees the purification of humanity and the planet. And that's really interesting too, because I've been learning more about Mount Shasta as well. And I've been learning that it is believed that underneath the base of Mount Shasta, underground, I believe it's the Lemurians, like there are Lemurians that live there, or there's some ancient civilization that moved underground and actually lives underneath Mount Shasta, which I found really fascinating. And I have this incredible draw to go there and visit it. All of you out in California, I don't know if you've ever been out there and visited that mountain, but yeah, so that's just a complete different aside. And so I was reading this thing too that was saying that when the new Earth is established, they'll be able to come up from underground again. So yeah, just interesting tangent there. Yeah, have you been to Mount Shasta? If you have, let me know. Let me know how it feels. Let me know what you sense there, especially underground. Yes, we are. That is right. This is a diamond group right now. Oh, welcome. Quaint little mutation. I love it. Welcome. There's also beings off the coast and near Catalina Island. Interesting. Yeah, I really want to, I can't wait to come and visit California again. I'm really looking forward to that. There's a lot of energy out there and out west in general. I'm really excited. I'm going to Sedona in July. So that's going to be super fun. I've never been out there before. I'm going to a retreat out there and then to explore a little bit with my friend Nikki that I was talking about, actually, who brought us the Jesus hands. And so we'll probably do a couple videos together while we're out there. It's going to be really, really beautiful. Oh yes, it is 11:11 on the East Coast right now. Yes, it is beautiful, and the air is beautiful out here. I'm coming out of hiding out in my shell too, and so welcome. I'm so glad that we could meet out here where we can be seen and where we can connect. 12:12 here. Nice. Perfect. I'm loving it. All right. So let's get, what were we saying here? Oh yes. Archangel Gabriel helps you aspire to higher levels of light and enables you to find clarity and make wise decisions by placing his cosmic diamond over you. This cuts away any negativity so that you can view the situation from an enlightened perspective. He illuminates you with love and bliss. Archangel Gabriel also holds the blueprints for your ascended base, sacral, and navel chakras. And your ascended base chakra, you hold total trust that the universe will provide for you. Oh, isn't that perfect, Nora? Total trust, right? Perfect radiant sexual and emotional health, and in your navel, oneness. On a communal level, Archangel Gabriel is assisting fifth dimensional communities to emerge. So I love that, right? Because we are forming a community right now. So that is absolutely beautiful. And there's going to be so many communities that are emerging and continuing to emerge. I had a vision for that. It was sometime last year in the spring or summer last year of just how we were all going to be branching off and creating our own communities. And kind of like that's when we're going to see kind of that split or that divide where those of us who are of a certain consciousness and vibration we'll be kind of just like branching off and doing our own thing. And so it's really, that is the wave of the future. As we move into this 5D Earth, it's very much about community. It's very much getting back to that sense of connection. There's so many ways that we've become so disconnected today, right? So it's like building that connection with ourselves again, with spirit again, and also with each other, right? Because we are all different expressions of spirit having this human experience, right? The sequoias. Oh my God. Yes, there's so much I want to see out there. So much. And so the guidance for this card, it suggests that you are seeking clarity about a person or situation. Sit quietly and ask Archangel Gabriel for guidance. Visualize his vast, shimmering cosmic diamond being placed right over your energy fields to hold you in the highest light. As this happens, know that old ideas and outmoded viewpoints are being released and that your frequency is rising. This will enable you to see everything from an enlightened perspective. Ooh, I might try this tonight. Archangel Gabriel will also support you in writing, art, or any other form of creative expression. This is a time for joy, wisdom, and a new trust in the universe. So demonstrate these qualities today. So we're talking about incorporating meditation, right? That sounds like a really fun meditation. Imagining that diamond being placed above our crown, right? Yeah, I'm liking that. But it's really just calling us to step more deeply into our light and to really come out with all of the creative pursuits and anything that you've been thinking about doing creatively, right? Anything that you've been pulled or called to do, now is the time to do it. Like really burst out of your comfort zone, right? Tonight is all about us moving out of our comfort zone. So that's another thing, right? We're talking about the intentions that we want to set for the different things that we can add into our spiritual routine and practice. I hate saying routine because that makes it sound so like, but I mean, I'm a Taurus, so. But here's another thing is like, how can we step out of our comfort zones? What's one way that we're going to step out of our comfort zones a little more? And so for me, like doing more lives is definitely one way that I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. And so what way can you step out of your comfort zone a little more? Clear. And then on the bottom of the deck, I'm still being called to mention we have Archangel Jophiel Act with wisdom, use information for the highest good. So whatever it is, I feel like there are possibly people watching this or people who are going to be watching this who have something that you're trying to figure out. That's why this meditation came through for some. Something that you're trying to understand, a situation, information that you're needing. And this could be just in a totally different context for some people. This could be just spiritual information and wisdom that you're seeking, that you're wanting to attain. Either way, whatever it is, try that diamond meditation. And whatever information it is. And I'm feeling like for some people, it's like not even the meditation itself. For some people, that might bring answers. For other people, it's like opening up the energetic vortex that is going to bring those solutions and those answers and that clarity to you as you're moving forward. But when you do get that information, utilize it in the highest and best way possible for the highest good. And so this is also for people who are receiving downloads and information like that and meditation. And that's the information that you're seeking. You're being asked to use that for the highest good too. And part of what that means is sharing it. There's been a major call for people who are receiving transmissions and downloads and channeling information to be sharing that information. There are so many people that want to know and want to hear right now. And the information is being shared with us for a reason. You know, we have our personal guides in our team that absolutely work with us for our individual growth, which of course benefits the collective. But there's also a lot of those messages are coming in because they are helpful for the entire collective. And so they're meant to be shared with the collective. So we're really being asked to, what is the best and highest way that this information can be used and shared? And so that's also applicable in personal situations as well. When you do find the information and you do have the knowledge, how do you then proceed from that point, keeping in mind the highest good of all involved? How do you, and this is all about, and how do you act with wisdom in that situation? How do you apply the wisdom that you have gained? All right, let's see. Any other messages wanting to come out for us? Mercury and Gemini, information pouring through. Yes, that's true. Oh, Mercury and Gemini. Here we go. Buckle your seatbelts, guys. That's going to be a lot of fast-moving energy. Yes, and I do believe, if I am not mistaken, that Mercury is going to be in Gemini for that first eclipse. Like we said, for those who haven't tuned in since the beginning, this 3 of these 4 eclipses that we're having this year are going to be in Gemini and Sagittarius, or along the Gemini-Sagittarius axis. And they're all going to be, all of those 3 are going to be involving Mercury. At least 2 of them, I'm pretty sure all 3 of them. So it's a lot of information. It's a lot about belief systems. It's a lot about perspective. And that may be another reason why this diamond is being offered. Because like I said, this diamond consciousness, my personal encounter with the diamond consciousness itself was that understanding of being able to see from, that's why it brings the light. That's why it brings the information, the intuition, because you see from all perspectives. And from all of those perspectives, the truth that is most helpful for you is sort of like filtered through, is sort of like what I'm feeling. So there's going to be a huge mental reset. I mean, we also have all the Mercury retrogrades this year happening in air signs. So really working with that mental energy, working with the mind energy, a complete reset of that mind energy and those belief systems. And, you know, I definitely will throw out there for anyone who's identifying with the reworking of the mind and the belief systems and all of that, that the theta healing that I do is really powerful to assist with that process of identifying and replacing those belief systems that are no longer serving us. Ooh, a new tarot deck. Oh, that's so exciting, Genova. Do it. Whatever you are being guided to do right now, put that into practice. I would love that. I would get one of those decks from you. Absolutely. Yes, the 5/5 portal is coming up as well. That we are definitely in the energies of that right now. I just put out a video on that a couple days ago. Huge, big changes coming through with that portal. Huge changes in our DNA, in our ascension, and like the physical aspect of our ascension. I was definitely getting a lot on that. The code keepers, the activation of the code keepers. There's a lot of stuff going on, and it's just those big changes, right? Being moved more into alignment with our soul path and with our mission and purpose. Based on trees, oh my God, I love that. I love trees. I was just talking about sharing the energy with the trees and my trees that I like to sit with at my office. I'm one of those people, like some people they joke around about like tree huggers. I kiss trees. I absolutely love, like, I love their energy so much that I just have to kiss them. And it just really honor them deeply. There's this beautiful island that I go out to. It's like my happy place around where I live. And there's a lot of fairies there. They have houses that people have made for the fairies all through the island. And, yeah, I was sitting there talking with them the other day and they were telling me that I used to be a guardian of the trees. And that made a lot of sense to me because I do just feel this deep connection and there's so much wisdom. They hold so much wisdom and so much spiritual energy. They are very conscious and sentient beings. Yeah, I can't wait to see this deck. It sounds amazing. That's so exciting. Definitely. Oh yeah, they love it. It's funny because when I go on hikes, sometimes there's so many trees that at a point I start feeling bad because I can't possibly kiss them all, and so I just kind of do like a like an all-encompassing kiss. Oh yes, Paula. Yes, Paula. We will talk. It's one of the the best kept secrets sort of around here, but it's gotten out. It's not as much of a secret anymore. And so it's getting a little bit more difficult to visit because there's a capacity limit for how many people are allowed on it at a time. Yeah, but it's really, yes, we will connect on that, Paula. Don't kiss this. Oh, the cactus. The cactus would get an air kiss or just like a sharing of energy like this. And so I love how this says, so now we have be conscientious, cooperate with others for the highest good. And I love this because we were talking about the communities, right? Creating those new earth communities. And how we're going to be moving into that more and more and creating these conscious communities. So I love how that came out. And it also, this card always reminds me of being conscientious to the earth. And so I love how that really resonates with what we were saying here. So creative projects with others as well. We're really being guided to move into this energy. And I'm working on this a little bit. I tend to be a little bit of a loner with the things that I do. I don't always do like group type things, but I am being guided to collaborate more with others as well, because it's so much like, think about the energy that one person holds and think about when you bring a whole bunch of people together and how that energy magnifies. That's why I love doing these lives with you guys, because I connect in with everyone's energy when I do the recorded stuff. But there's a different level of connection when we all come together like this. So let's all just take a moment to kind of center into that and breathe into that. And just feel that connection that we're experiencing with each other. Just feel it in that heart space. I'm feeling it. I'm noticing it in my third eye too right now. Oh, that's beautiful. Such beautiful energy when we share our energy like that. It was crazy too, because a lot of times I hear ringing in one ear, but when I took that moment to really connect in with all of your energy, it was like I heard it in both and it felt like it sounded like it was ringing right here. So that was really neat. Thank you guys for that. And I do want to let everyone know that before I do all of my videos, I set the intention for healing energy to be channeled to everyone. So anytime you're watching my videos, you can set the intention to receive that, and you may feel it even more strongly. A lot of people tell me that they feel it. Regardless, if your higher self is open to it, if your energy is open to it, you will receive it. But you can definitely set that intention as well. And so, but yeah, it's a different level when we all take that moment to really connect with each other. I'm feeling like warmth coming through me now as well. Yes, that's right. Good night, Kelly. Oh, it felt so beautiful. Your ears got hot. Yeah. My whole body is getting hot now. We have just such beautiful energy. Whoo! Yeah, it's like coming in waves. That's really interesting. Your third eye is pulsing. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't necessarily always notice a lot in my third eye. So that was really funny that I noticed it right there. So that's just beautiful. And I think I was saying that just because about the setting the intentions of the healing energy. Just for anyone who's going to be watching this on the replay, you can still connect in with our energy. You can still receive that healing energy. That healing energy is always available to you if you just set the intention to receive it. Yeah. And remember, time's an illusion. And so you can, if you're watching this video a week, 2 weeks from now, you can absolutely tap into that energy with us. Oh, thank you, Genova. That's so wonderful. I would be so honored. Oh my gosh, yes. Do an unveiling of the deck. That would be so exciting. That would be so exciting. And so we have Archangel Michael that just came out. Of course, the MVP. We love Archangel Michael. And he's reminding us to stand in our power and be true to ourselves. So really that he's holding in this card, in this depiction, I'm feeling it as that sword of truth. And that's interesting because we had all that stuff about learning truth, finding out information. And so, yeah, it's just that energy of truth coming through very strongly. And of course, we know that this is so important right now, right? This energy of standing in our power, of claiming our energetic sovereignty, right? Claiming our sovereignty. It's like we know that we are all connected, but we also know that we are sovereign beings. And there like no other energies can touch us when we are standing in our sovereignty, when we know that we are incredibly powerful, we are incredibly capable, and we are in ultimate control of our own energy. We take full ownership for that, right? That's part of being in our energetic sovereignty, is taking full ownership of our energy, of our actions. But we get to decide, right, how that energy is utilized, who is allowed in that energy, right? Who is allowed to experience our energy? Just everything about it, what is allowed access to our energy. It's very powerful when we are able to stand up and do that. And it's so important for us to be doing that right now. So yeah, it's just this energy of being true and being authentic to yourself. And so that's one of the many things. He comes through to offer us a lot of things. I think he's also coming through and letting people know, oh, and Kelly did sign off. If you want assistance clearing your energy as well, he's willing and able to help with that. And then I love this, because is this not what we were just talking about? Create a solid spiritual foundation, be in service to the planet. So that spiritual foundation, they really want us to be working on that right now. Or they're basically just like cheering us on and saying like, yes, that is the thing to be doing right now. Do more of that. This is that time, right? The more solid our foundation is, the more it can withstand, right? So when, like, inevitably, as we are continuing this process of creation, right, which begins with the dismantling, which begins with the destruction, this ascension process, right, that breaking down of things, all of these energies, it's going to be intense. It's going to be sometimes a rocky road, right? And so we're just we're being guided to really hang in there for the ride, and to just trust that everything is unfolding exactly how it's meant to. And why was I talking about that? I can't even remember where that came from, why we just got off on that tangent there. Oh, the foundation, right? And so when we are going through these tumultuous times, if our foundation is strong, we will be able to withstand them with much more ease and grace, right? It's not just how we weather the storm, for lack of a better term. And for those of you guys who watched the reading today, we were talking about actually becoming the storm, right? Which is when you stand fully in your power. That's when you become the storm, right? But it's this energy of, it's more of the things that are coming through, right? Somebody mentioned the 555 portal today. These different things, the stronger our spiritual foundation, the more we're exercising our psychic muscles, our spiritual muscles, the more we're going to gain and receive, right? Because we only receive to our level of receptivity. And so we're all going to receive different things in different amounts in our perfect divine timing. But we want to stay as open to that as possible. And we want to stay as engaged in this process of creating that spiritual foundation as we can, of exercising those muscles. Okay, I just wanted to see if there were any more. I want to see if Archangel Michael. Self-reliance. Take action with integrity. Yep. Yeah. I love this. Stand in your integrity and splendor and let the world see your divine self. That's right. All right. I think, let's see here. So 2 cards on the bottom of the deck, we have Archangel Raziel. Can you, and I'm so sorry. Somebody asked, this is the Archangel. These are the Archangel Oracle cards that I'm using right now. Yeah. There was the day that I walked into the store was the first day they had them on the shelf. I was actually the first person to buy them, they said. And I really love them. I was looking for another deck that I still haven't received yet. The Angel Answers deck, but this one was here instead. And so I got that one and I absolutely love it. But this is Seek and You Will Find, Be a Wise One. So 2 cards about utilizing our wisdom, putting our wisdom into practice. And I really like this Seek and You Will Find, because it's reminding me of, and what's coming to mind for me right now is that what you seek is seeking you, right? And so the second that we start looking, it is already attracted to and looking for us. So I don't know, that was just that popped into my mind. As soon as you set the intention, right? As soon as you set the intention to know truth begins seeking you, right? As soon as you set the intention to know love begins seeking you. Absolutely anything, right? And sometimes the way that something seeks us, sometimes we have to be prepared to find it, right? And that process of preparation can look very different for different people. And it's that process of preparation is what's also bringing us the wisdom so that when we do have that which we seek, we know what to do with it. We know how to receive it. We know how to hold it, and we know how to utilize it. Oh, is it Rumi? Yes. I love that. Rumi is amazing. Oh, another Rumi. All your anxiety is because of your desire for harmony. Seek disharmony and you will gain peace. Oh, that's interesting. I have to think about that for a second. All of your anxiety is because of your desire for harmony. I don't know that I 100% agree with that. I don't believe seeking disharmony is the answer. But definitely if we're resisting something, it's persisting. And so if we are, wait, that would be resisting our anxiety, though, was where I was going with that. If we resist our anxiety, it will persist. If we, let's see, I guess if we desire anything enough, we will sort of, sometimes that desire almost repels it. Hey, Siobhan. Oh, it's wonderful to see you. Resisting change. Okay. Oh, that's really interesting. I didn't even know. For some reason, I always thought of Rumi as a feminine energy. Maybe he was a male in body with a feminine essence. I don't know. I always felt like a feminine essence. That's interesting. That's interesting. Yes, that energy of resistance, right? Creating more resistance. Yeah. Well, it is. I mean, the ultimate peace is when you can be in that state of peace, regardless of what's happening around you. Okay. Yep. Disharmony is not getting too comfortable, not getting too set in your ways. Well, it is that energy, that disruptive energy, right? That does sort of shake us and move us when we need to be shaken and when we need to be woken. Yes. When you stop seeking it is when you find it. I like that. I like that better. the idea that when you stop seeking something is when you find it. Look at this beautiful brainstorming that we all have going on here. Yes, absolutely. Embracing the negativity without judgment. Chaos can be the best teacher. Absolutely. And that's what this blue lunar storm year has been all about, is learning from the chaos. And then, of course, like we said, ultimately learning to master the chaos. But we don't master it through force, right? We master it through lack of resistance. We master it. I guess, yes. So I get that. I get that quote. I do get that quote in that way. We master it by surrendering to it and allowing ourselves to be submerged in it. No, it's actually, Jason, you're reminding me of, what was it? Somebody, a friend of mine, I can't even remember who it was now, but they used to talk all the time about how chaos is actually the energy of creation and how everything is born out of chaos. Yeah, it does not have to necessarily equate negativity. This is absolutely true. This is absolutely true. There's different ways. Isn't it interesting how we attach a certain vibration and connotation to words, but they can mean something else? This is what we mean about truth and about perspectives, right? And how everybody's truth and everybody's perspective is different. And so there are different truths about different words because they hold different vibrations and resonances and meanings to different people. Everything is so multifaceted, just like that diamond. All right. Yeah. So 3 cards about wisdom, because we have trust your own wisdom coming through as well. So a lot of that energy of wisdom and trusting your wisdom coming through. Yes. All right, you guys. I think we may actually call it a night, because I do still need to get that meditation done before I go to bed tonight. And that healing, I committed to it. I said it out loud. So I absolutely have to do it now. And I guess this did end up being an hour. It won't necessarily be every time. Sometimes it'll just be popping on for a few minutes to check in and say hello to everyone. Anyone, what does that say? The brightest of light can be found within the darkest places. Absolutely. That's why one of the major themes that we're working with throughout this eclipse season and extending into 2022, besides the belief systems with that Taurus Scorpio axis, right? There's so much of that, we can only embody the fullness of our light when we've embraced the fullness of our darkness. There is so much light in those dark places. There are so many hidden gems there that we're being asked and guided to uncover now in those darker recesses of our consciousness. And so that is absolutely true. But yeah, so anyone who pops on next time, maybe we'll check in and see how everyone's intentions are going, if we have been sticking to our that process of building our spiritual foundation, just how everything's going and what's going on. Whatever else we talked about tonight, I don't know. Whatever's important will come back up. Yes, so much gratitude for you as well, Tommy, and so much gratitude for each and every one of you. I really loved this. This was really fun to just have this conversation with you guys and just connect with you in that beautiful heart space, in this beautiful energy. I'm sending you all so much love tonight, and so much appreciation for being here with me. It was great to interact with you guys, and I'm looking forward to being able to do more of this in the future. So I want to wish you all a very magical and wonderful and majestic evening tonight. And I will talk to you all very soon. Right. Bye. Yes, Jesus hands to you all. I cannot wait to tell Nikki about that. She is really going to love that. Thank you guys. You guys are so amazing. You are so beautiful. All right. Have a good night.